Welcome to week 2 in Guatemala. We've made our way deep into the southern mountains, but the heat has not let up, and neither have the challenges. Simply existing out here takes effort, and what lies ahead is a week marked by rough roads and Guatemalan traffic mayhem. We're heading towards the legendary Lake Atitlán, but getting there won't be easy. It's going to be a grind. Long days behind the wheel, steep climbs, and chaos on all sides. So buckle up and let's roam. Some roads don't simply exist on a map. They live in your mind, calling to you in your sleep, filling your thoughts at work. The PanAmerican Highway, a road spanning the length of North and South America, a 30,000-kilometer road trip through more than 15 countries, is that road for us. Life to us is nothing more than a collection of moments, and we want to fill our moments with adventure. So for 18 months, we'll be driving south from Tuctayacta, Canada, all the way to Ushuaia, Argentina. From the Arctic to the Andes, through deserts, jungles, and the unknown, we'll live and wander in our self-built adventure mobile, seeking stories, chasing landscapes, and redefining what it means to us to be modern-day explorers. This is our journey. Every traveler's journey down the PanAmerican Highway is unique. What one country gives to one traveler might be something entirely different for the next. Our experience in Guatemala so far has been one of continuous challenges. We've always aimed to share our authentic story, both the highs and the lows, because that's life. It's not always smooth roads and golden sunsets for us. Sometimes it's frustration, discomfort, sickness, and lessons we didn't ask for. But struggle has its place. It gives meaning to the moments of ease, and it reminds us not to take the good times for granted. Without it, appreciation fades, and we don't want to forget how good the good times really are. After a week of fleeing high temperatures in northern Guatemala, then arriving in the mountains to the south in search of cooler weather, we're hoping that we can return to our usual pace of travel. But unfortunately, that's just not going to happen. In Guatemala, seemingly the days of easy, leisurely travel are behind us. And for the time being, what lies ahead are more character-building challenges. Today we'll be departing the company of our friends Josefine and Daniel, as they have some work to take care of and would like to stay put to accomplish that. In their stead, we're joined by David and Ellie of Yak Overland, who have been driving north from Ushuaia, Argentina over the past 6 months. The temperature here today is starting off at a balmy 30 degrees Celsius at 7 in the morning.
this is what it looks like to have an old diesel engine. Every morning you wake up, you check it to make sure it's good, but it'll keep on going.
Yeah, too right. Even if it looks this dirty.
Overland vehicles come in all shapes and sizes, and as you can see and hear, these are two vastly different options.
Well, today we are leaving our spot here at Utopia Hostel. We're just outside of Semook-Champay, and we're heading to a waterfall that apparently is one of the taller waterfalls in Central America. Now, we don't know if we can actually hike to it yet or not. It's supposedly been maybe kind of abandoned, but we'll see. And we've got our friends from Yak Overland following us, David and Ellie, and we're going to enjoy an evening with them, and then they're going to head off to Antigua tomorrow. So let's go!
Honestly, don't worry about it. We'll catch up with you when we catch up, don't worry.
I don't know if there's a way to really show how steep this is, but it's dang steep.
We've already seen a fair amount of wild and chaotic Guatemalan traffic. The drivers here pilot their diesel pickups and cab over transport trucks like F1 cars and use their horns liberally to speak to each other. What we're about to experience in the next few days of driving can only be described as chaos, and the only way to cope with it is to just laugh and hang on for dear life. The roads are normally fairly calm in the mornings, but they sure can get crowded as the day wears on. In this small village, we drove right into a bustling market, happening right on the side of the main highway. The road became quickly clogged with tuk-tuk traffic, and we squeezed through with only inches to spare. Just another day of driving in Guatemala.
Well, everything just came out of the cupboard.
Cool.
So one thing we really appreciate about Guatemala is the fact that there's a lot of free car washes with a fill-up. So we are currently getting the van washed.
You're really thorough here for being free. All that Belizean mud coming out from the bottom of the van. My goodness. Jeez. Are you happy frutas girl now?
Definitely not cheap like Mexico, but
but the quality.
Look at how friggin' massive these mangoes are.
There's just some massive mangoes.
Holy camole!
Aside from a downpour in Yucatan and Belize and a few sprinkles here and there further north in Mexico, we still haven't seen notable rain in more than 6 months. Guatemala has shown us plenty of these threatening storm clouds, but not one has found us yet. Onward and upward we go into the mountains where the cool air resides. It won't be long before we've located our turnoff onto a gravel road and we find ourselves climbing to a remote village where we'll make camp for the night. As we roll through the small town of Chelasco, Mother Nature taunts us with a spattering of rain on her windshield, but once again withholds her life-giving water.
They're a bit mystery. Yeah. I think we like the mic.
Always.
Camp tonight will be in a dirt parking lot overlooking the mountains. Tomorrow morning, we'll set out on foot from here to hunt down another classic Central American waterfall.
Yeah, all the hot sauce and
Someone found a little puppy.
Like pee. You know how puppies smell like pee?
That's the puppy smell?
That face.
This angel.
That's too much.
Does one of you own this thing? Doesn't seem like you care.
It's like, not mine.
will you be?
Okay, I want you guys to pay close attention to something.
I feel like I'm not really very good at
That's right, I'm wearing pants.
somebody cooking for me
And
not doing anything.
David is wearing pants, Meg is wearing pants, Ellie is kind of wearing pants. It's cool out. This is the first time we've been able to think straight in probably 3 or 4 weeks because the temperatures up here are totally manageable. Yes.
Simple. We're on a budget here.
Oh, there goes all the isopropyl
These are a bit
alcohol.
squished.
Look at you guys doing your thing.
Professionals.
The hike ahead is only a few kilometers. The reviews on Google and iOverlanders stated many times that the hike was a treacherous ordeal due to slick and deep mud. Perhaps one advantage of the rainy season not having arrived yet is that we don't have to endure such a march.
I don't know what's up. It's not like super.
At least we have a cool breeze, eh, babe? Phew.
Wow, that is impressive.
That's awesome.
We made it, guys. Didn't get lost.
Cascada de Chelasco is nestled in the highlands of Baja Verapaz, Guatemala. It's one of Central America's tallest waterfalls, plunging over 130 meters or 426 feet into a lush, misty canyon. Hidden within the Sierra de las Minas Biosphere Reserve, the falls are surrounded by dense cloud forest, an ecosystem teeming with life and moisture. This protected area is home to a remarkable diversity of flora and fauna, including orchids, bromeliads, and the elusive resplendent quetzal, Guatemala's national bird. If you're enjoying this film and want to see more, be sure to hit that subscribe button and give us a like. It's a free and easy way to help our videos make it to a wider audience. We then bid our friends goodbye and wished them safe travels as they pressed onwards north towards Alaska. Unfortunately, Meg had picked up a stomach bug over the weekend and hadn't been feeling great all day, to say the very least. I had found a spot that might offer some peace and quiet for us to stay a couple nights in hopes that she could get some rest, but it lay 2.5 hours east. With Meg asleep in the bed behind me and the waning sun in the sky overhead, I drove as quickly as I could to make camp before nightfall. That, of course, doesn't necessarily mean that it was a quick transit. We're in Guatemala, after all.
How do you know a lowered car does not belong in the streets of Guatemala? This. Every single speed bump.
Eventually, we had turned onto a long gravel road and found ourselves descending towards the Chishoy Reservoir and the very first free wild camp we've had since entering Guatemala. The Chishoy Reservoir is a large artificial lake formed by the Chishoy Dam, Guatemala's largest hydroelectric project, located in the rugged highlands of the Alta Verapaz and Baja Verapaz departments. Its creation has a complex and painful history, including the displacement of many indigenous communities and human rights violations during its construction in the early 1980s. Although we can travel to a place like this and marvel at its beauty, I think it's really important to recognize the history of a place like this, especially when it involves the displacement of peoples native to the area.
That's a big rock. It's a very big rock. Well, it was a rough day.
It's still a rough day.
Yeah. But we got a great camp spot. Maybe we can just stay here tonight.
Maybe we can stay here in the morning.
Our camp for the night, perched atop a rock mound, seems also to be the local hangout for multitudes of turkey vultures. Never have we been so close to so many.
Well guys, my drone just fell out of the sky and it's down there somewhere. Shit. Okay, so we've been having some issues with our drone lately, and for some reason it'll go up but it won't come down, and it's a sensor issue. I don't know if it's the heat or if it's something else, but yeah, it'll climb but then it won't descend, and I found that out at about 500 meters this morning up in the sky, and so I brought it back at about 50% and started to descend, and now it's dropped out of the sky because it just drained its whole battery on a forced landing. Cool. We might be looking at a new drone. There it is. That looks like it's in pretty good shape. Huh. I managed to bring it down right into this bush, so I think that's what caught most of its fall. Well, after closer inspection, the drone has a hairline fracture in the body over the hinge, and our battery swelled. So if you guys didn't believe us from our last episode that it's hot out, I think that the drone falling out of the sky and the battery swelling is maybe a sign of how hot it is here. And Meg has really not been doing so great the last few days.
I have a tummy bug.
Yeah, she's
I
got...
think it's a virus.
Yeah, so with all of that, I think that we are maybe just going to try and make it to Lake Atitlán a little bit quicker than we had originally planned. I thought it would be really cool to stay here, but it's just supposed to be like 34 degrees plus here all day long, and there's not really any wind and there's barely any shade. So yeah, Guatemala is really just kind of gut punching us, and it doesn't seem like there's really going to be any rain in the forecast, surprisingly, even though we're supposed to be in the rainy season. So yeah, hopefully Atitlan is a little bit cooler and we will be able to enjoy being in the lake.
Inputting our next destination into Google Maps, we were told that we'd arrive in 3 hours, a totally manageable drive, well within our normal daily driving limit. However, there'd be a lesson we'd need to relearn, as we so often have while traveling through Latin America. Never trust Google Maps. In Guatemala, the streets are narrow, the traffic often dense, pavement gives way to rocky and rutted road at random, and believe it or not, there are drivers slower than us here. And then, of course, you fall in behind a tandem axle flatbed semi-truck attempting to navigate the tight corners in a tiny mountaintop village. I applaud this driver, but I don't envy him. I count myself lucky to never have had to do anything like this during my days as a truck driver.
Looks good.
Right next to the road, but that's okay. We're trying to get places.
So going with the theme of don't trust Google in Guatemala, don't trust Google's estimated arrival times here in Guatemala. What was supposed to be just a 3-hour drive today turned into a 6-hour drive. And there was not actually that much traffic. So
Yeah, that was a day. We are both exhausted.
So why are we feeding the dogs, Meg?
Mexican yogurt came to haunt me again. The yogurt says sin azúcar, but right underneath it, which I didn't see, it says sweetened with stevia. And I not only don't want sugary yogurt, I especially don't want yogurt that tastes like stevia because I hate the taste of stevia. So.
And you put that yogurt in your breakfast wrap.
Yes, in my breakfast burrito.
Way to go. And for reference, that's what she means right there. Just missed this part on the bottom.
And I also bought a soda for myself that had no sugar in it, based on the nutrition facts, and it's also sweetened with stevia.
So, Meg is really killing it with the.
This was the first food that This is the first food that I've like eaten since I woke up with a stomach bug yesterday morning. So it's been a long time since I've eaten anything substantial, and that was really disappointing.
Another long day lies ahead of us, the last leg of our journey to make it to Lake Atitlán. Not only does a minor tragedy lie ahead of us, so does probably one of the most entertaining drive days we've ever had. Gotta take the bad with the good and appreciate it all for what it is. Now, let's get driving.
3 hours and 17 minutes. We shall see how long it actually takes.
Need to go and see if we are locked into this spot. Looks like maybe we're not locked in. Nice.
Thanks, honey. I'm just gonna get turned around, okay?
Just a bunch of cows going down the highway.
It was about here that we began to transit a high mountain plateau with a sparse pine forest surrounding us. I thought it would be cool to get a drone shot of it, so with only a gimbal calibration and a quick check over, I sent the drone up. It wasn't long after that a motor error appeared on my screen and the drone began to act funny and slow down. Due to the narrow roads and no shoulders, Meg had to continue on, leaving the drone behind. As my connection failed and a few more hiccups occurred, the drone attempted to avoid a tree, and then the motor failed completely.
Well, as you can see, our drone that we rely heavily on for this channel is now dead. We were flying, it was the first time we tried flying after the incident from the other day, and about a minute in I got a motor error, and then Meg was struggling to find a place to pull over because the roads here just don't have sides to pull over onto, and we got out of reception from the drone, and then it was starting to act a little bit funny. I couldn't really control it, and it just flew into a tree. And there's a busted motor and another battery swelled, so we don't know what's going on with the batteries. It might just be an age thing, it might be a heat thing, but it's kind of weird that two have swelled like that in like 2 different drone flies. So yeah, we got to go hunting for a new drone now, and we're going to Atitlan and then Antigua. Guatemala City's close, but I don't know if we'll find one. Lame. This is like one of my worst nightmares come true.
Our drone tragedy behind us, we moved on down the road into some next level traffic chaos that was truly entertaining.
My goodness, there's so much traffic here, it's obscene.
More chaotic driving in Guatemala. People are pissed right now. Oh man. So many people lined up. Bravo, man, bravo.
Where are we that there's white folks? This is weird.
Porque Él es el único que nos ofrece la salvación.
Come on, buddy, you can do it. I can't go any slower, man. Go, 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 go. Oh, here he goes, here he goes. Oh my gosh. Look at that, look at that. Oh my gosh. These guys are insane. I appreciate it.
When finally, by the mercy of the road gods, out ahead of us we spied a tall standing volcano with a lake at its base, home for the weekend and the promise of some well-needed R&R.
These right here are called chicken buses apparently, and they're super ornately decorated outfits. Look at that. Look at this thing. Wow.
After descending a road which we're not entirely certain we can make it back up, we reached the lakeshore where we'll stay for a couple of nights. I guess you'll just have to tune in to the next one to find out if we actually make it back up. What an adventure! Although Guatemala has been a challenge for us, it's also been rich with epic views, abounding with beautiful vista, and rife with new experiences. There have been some drawbacks, but they're not the country's fault. The loss of our drone is unfortunate, and I try not to let it bother me. We're fortunate enough to have a small backup drone with us, a smaller Mini 2 that we started out with, so our films won't go devoid of drone footage. You just won't see that beautiful 5.3K footage until we find something new. What I love most about all of this is that none of it has been easy, and that's the point. The hardship carves out space for growth, and the lessons we're taking with us will shape the people we're still becoming. We both carry our own past struggles, and we know we're better, wiser, and more grateful because of them. These past few weeks have added more to that quiet collection, a deeper well of experience to draw from when life asks more of us. These are the kinds of lessons we don't take for granted, hard-earned, deeply felt, and worth every mile. Thank you for being here with us on this journey. We hope our stories and experiences spark something in you. Maybe a bit of curiosity, maybe the urge to get out and explore this big, beautiful world for yourself. Now go chase that next adventure and make the kind of memories that stick with you. And until next time, keep on roaming. If you would like to see behind-the-scenes content, get route and camp spot information, or if you'd just like to help support us by putting some gas in our tank each month, you can contribute on Patreon. Oh, hey there, bud. Before you go, don't forget to go on over to slowroamers.com and get yourself some rad Slow Roamers merch. For additional photos and commentary on our journey, you can follow along on Facebook and Instagram. Alrighty, Guatemala, you have been a chore, but boy do we ever love you. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.